Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome. Thank you so much for being here at the QSC L-Class demo booth today. It is nice to see you all in 3 dimensions. Last couple of years, I haven't really seen this many people other than just in 2 dimensions. So thank you so much for being here today. It is really my honor and privilege to introduce to you all our newest product launch. It's been a couple of years. My name is Chris. I am the product manager for Loudspeakers at QSC. And we're going to talk about how many products we've got in this product launch. We're going to talk about what they're capable of, a lot of really cool innovations, and how you can use them in different situations. For starters, this term right here, Simply Brilliant. We're going to focus on that for a second because that sort of encompasses what this product launch is about. It's about taking advanced concepts and sort of creating new innovations that will take very conceptually difficult things like line array rigging or line array tuning and making them easier for everybody to use, including less experienced users. For these marketplaces, this is what this is currently designed to work in. So we're focusing on mobile entertainers, we're focusing on performance venues, and we're focusing on AV rental production. Excuse me. Never drink Dr. Pepper before a presentation. So for some context before I tell you what the product line is, I'm going to give you sort of a short story on how we got here. We started off with KLA as a redesign project for this. And we went out and we spoke to our customers and we wanted to learn what their sort of pain points were, what the things that they wanted to see improved. How many of you are all familiar with KLA? Thank you so much for being users. We appreciate that. So you guys will appreciate some of the improvements that we made, which include things like adjustable splay capability. That was a big request. KLA is an arcuate array, so there's only so many possible deployments that you can have with it before you start running out of options. We also needed simplified hardware. While it has an ABC system, we knew that there was a way that we could actually make it even easier for a single person to deploy an entire system. Multiple deployment options. Ground stacking KLA was a massive request that we've been hearing for years. So we wanted to make sure that we gave people all the deployment options that they've been asking for from a portable active system. And of course, we needed acoustic performance improvements. We needed to improve the DSP, and we added network capability, which includes Dante for digital audio protocol and System Navigator for our network remote control. We'll touch a little bit more about this app for all of your control and telemetry needs a little bit later in the demonstration. Oh, can you jump back for me? Is that possible? I would have went too far. This product launch, thank you, Darren. This product launch is going to be 4 products. I'm going to try to jump back one screen for 4 products, and that includes a 8-inch 2-way line array to my right here. Includes a 12-inch 2-way line array with dual compression drivers for even higher output. It includes a companion 18-inch subwoofer, and this subwoofer is acoustically very similar to our KS1187 sub, if you guys are familiar with our current 18-inch active sub in the KS line. And the 4th product is the System Navigator app, the sort of heartbeat of the entire rig. That's what gives you all your remote control and telemetry options, which you have already seen. So enough talking for me, let's actually listen to this rig. That's what you guys all came here for. This first demo is going to be more of a compact demo. So for your corporate AV events, portable house of worship, compact bands, places where you may not need a subwoofer. We're going to just give a second for their sub to die off because that will make it easier for us to hear. But this is where you can use these 2 speakers per side, and there's a special voicing for 1 or 2 speakers in these boxes that gives just a little bit more low frequency performance than you would typically get with a wide array loudspeaker. So I'm going to hold my breath and count to 10 and hope that that rumble stops on their demo for a couple of seconds before hitting play. All right, let's go for it.
Riding your bike to the sound of It's No Big Deal, and you're trying to lift off the ground on those old 2 wheels. Nothing about the way that you were treated ever seemed especially alarming till now. So you tie up your hair and you smile like it's no big deal. Junkie, looking for them girls with the big old hoops. with you, baby. Now let me hear you say you're ready. I'm ready. Oh, yeah.
So that's two LA 108s per side with no subwoofer. And for our next demo, I'm actually going to walk you through the process of how to add and remove boxes so we can get into a 3-box situation. Now, to talk about that, we're going to discuss Rapid Deploy. Rapid Deploy is our new patent pending rigging system. We really wanted to focus on single person deployment, right? So that one person could be sent out and put this rig up by themselves, compact and lightweight, works by putting the front hooks in the rig and the strikes of the other product. And congratulations, you just added a box. There's no pins, there's no external tools, no rigging hardware, nothing to get lost, no gummy bears, no glue. Just put the rig together, lock it down, and that's how simple Rapid Deploy works.
Nice.
This is designed with the intention to eliminate any pain points and external junk that could just get in the way. Again, we're talking about innovations and simplicity. If you want to go ahead and set up a flown array, this rigging works nearly the same with the front hooks that lock into the strikes of my bottom box. And once it's in those front hooks, I can let go. It's completely safe and completely captive at this point. All I have to do is make sure that I am in the receive position on my bottom box, merely move that up. My hands have been completely out of the way the whole time from any pinch point. Lock it down, and my array is ready to be deployed. Now, let's talk about rigging angles, because I mentioned that KLA is an arcuate array, and we have 3 angles of rigging. We did extensive calculations of the number of angles that could happen with 6 boxes and the number of venues that a rig this size could be deployed in. And we figured out that 3 angles can cover 85 to 90% of the venues where you would use 6 boxes and 3 angles. To adjust angles, there's a paddle system. You can immediately push on the sides and lift to go to the next angle, or lift just slightly to go down to the previous angle. Once you've deployed an entire rig, you can actually hit all the paddles and adjust the entire rig at the same time. With one lift. Oh, well, thank you. And if you want to go back down, you do reverse that system. And that is what we call the back crack. No chiropractor certification included. So that's how Rapid Deploy works. It's very simple, very intuitive, very easy for any level of user to put together. Now, our connections are going to be the next point. We're using all standard connectors on the back of this thing. We have locking XLR, we have locking EtherCon for network connection, and we're using PowerCon True One locking locking AC connectors to power this box. Flip that one up to the top angle and power this box on over here. The reason we're using PowerCon True One is if any of you guys are in rental production or corporate AV, it's the same connector that goes to most modern lighting rigs. So all the cables are pretty interchangeable. Now, once we have adjusted and connected that, where's my clicker? I left it over here. We're going to get into the next technology in the system, QSC aware. This is a big deal because line arrays are very finicky. If you add a box, take away a box, adjust even one angle, that completely changes the sound of how the line array operates. You get all kinds of constructive and deconstructive acoustics. So, if you don't know how to tune a line array, what are you supposed to do when you put it together? Well, QSC Aware communicates via an infrared sensor on the top and bottom of each box, so that as soon as you apply power, even with no other cables connected, it knows exactly what it is. It knows how many boxes are in the array, what the relative display angle is from box to box, and what the position of each box is in the array, so we did all the work for you, and it puts the correct voicing for this deployment in. All you have to do once power is applied is push a single button. One button press on the encoder on the back takes your line array from a yellow to a green after 3 seconds, and green means go. So once I have optimized both sides of my array, here we go, 1, 2, 3, green. That's all you have to do to tune your line array system. And now we are ready for our 3-box demo. So we're going to give you a little bit more high energy music here for a 3-box system, which can be used in dance clubs, larger houses of worship, bigger performance venues, of course, corporate AV. We're also going to add the subs for this one. So let's kick it off.
In this world, it's just us.
you know it or not yet, you have been hearing our new patented leaf waveguide. Length equalized acoustic flares is a fancy way of saying that we have found a way to make sure that the high frequency in these boxes all leaves the front of the box at the same time. This is highly important for intelligibility and output, and this is the only product in this class that has this technology. The way it works is there's a channel series that funnels the high frequency through to the exit of the high frequency driver, or the high frequency waveguide, and make sure that all that high and mid and upper mid is in alignment as it leaves the box. So you're going to have increased output, increased intelligibility, and increased performance from a much more compact size box. As far as efficiency and power, you've got about 1,300 watts of power running the LA108, 2,400 watts of power in the LA112, 3,600 watts of power in the LS118 subwoofer. We're using all highly efficient Class D amplifiers. As you can see above me, you can actually have up to 6 boxes on a 15 amp circuit at full power with plenty of headroom for output. So that's less power drops and less generators at the gig. And we're using neodymium transducers to keep the weight light on these. As I mentioned, single person lift is of the utmost importance. So that's why we have about 30 pounds for the LA108 and under 50 pounds, meeting OSHA requirements for a single person lift on the LA112. Deployment options. You can do ground stacking now, or sub-stacking. The same array frame that you would actually use to fly the rig, you just invert the array frame and you add our sub-stack adapter kit. That's these wings here that go on the side, and that sub-stack adapter kit gives you the ability to use either version, the LA108 or the LA112, with any of our subs, and all of the subs are cross-compatible as well. So you can use them obviously with KS212s. Out front we have them with KS118s. We have them here with their LS118. And once you're done with the gig, you can take that sub-stack adapter kit and stow it away into the array frame. A big deal for production companies, making sure that all the hardware that goes out to the gig comes back to the gig, because it won't get lost. There's nowhere for it to get left in a box or left behind. You send one kit out, and it comes back the same every single time. You'll notice here as we talk about deployment options that our LA108s are on a pole. There is no additional hardware required for this, so there's no extra frame or rigging support to be able to pole mount there is a 0 degree and a -7.5 degree pole mount on the box for no extra charge. If you guys have CP series, K series, or KS in your stock already, and you want to make sure that you have monitors and delay fills and anything else that may not be necessary to run a line array speaker for, we have acoustic linear phase technology that makes sure that all of our speakers are operating in phase. That's a big deal for intelligibility on a distributed system. Daisy chaining of our network ports gives us the ability to run our Dante network from box to box, so it doesn't require home runs. And that's for SysNav and Dante over the same connections. And speaking of SysNav, this is a little preview of what SysNav looks like. This is all of your real-time reporting and telemetry. You can see exactly what is happening with your rig, your limit indicators, your clipping indicators, any sort of fault issues. There won't be any fault issues, right? And of course, predictive software deployment. Are you guys familiar with Ease or Ease Focus in the room for using predictive software? So SysNav has AIM, and that is our version of predictive software for our L-Class products. So you can see exactly what your deployment is supposed to be based off of your audience area and venue information before you even get to the gig. Now remember, we have an intelligent system here that knows exactly what it is. So when you fly that system, you can actually see and compare it next to your AIM deployment and know if you got it correct or not. It will tell you if your angles are right, and if not, give you the option to just continue on and show you what you have, or fix it yourself, get on the ladder, or pull the motors down. Future-proof investment. QSC stands by the quality of our product. We're offering our standard 3-year warranty with an additional 3 years out of the box, and you get all of our service and support that comes along with any legacy product. Goes right into L-Class as well. So now that we've done that, let's hear our large rig, which is 4 LA112s per side with subs on the deck. A little bit more high energy information for you to take us out.
You make me wanna hit freeze. Stay forever in this moment. Hold on, Lord, I wanna hold it. You make me want to hit freeze. Got me slipping through my fingers, trying to change.
one of the great benefits of being product manager is this is my new home cinema system. So I'm looking forward to this after the intro. You guys have seen how you can scale the system, how you can start small, you can build up into something bigger. You've seen how easy the rigging is, how intuitive the DSP is, how one person can set up an entire system in just a couple of minutes. We've really tried to innovate active, intelligent line array. What do you guys think of an AL class demo today? Thank you so much. After the demo here, now that we're done, we'll be around to answer some questions. You can also go to the petting zoo out front. We've got friendly QSE staff ready to answer questions. You can try the rigging for yourself out there, try it in here. Thank you all so much for your time. It's great to see you all. Appreciate you being here today, and enjoy the rest of the 2023 NAMM show.